The film industry's focus on Austin was due largely to filmmaker Robert Rodriguez and his ex-wife Elizabeth Avean, who both created Troublemaker Studios.
We all stayed there and made it happen there and grew it from there, then helped the next generation or the other filmmakers that were around.
Avean was in El Paso this month as part of a panel discussion focused on the benefits of local filmmaking.
And in that way, I really see that here. From everything that I've been talking to people, I feel like there's a bubbling that's happening on the ground that I felt in Austin many years ago.
Avean is not alone in her assessment of El Paso.
I don't think there's ever been a time where El Paso has been closer to having a critical mass of all the things we need to produce and make high-quality feature films right here.
The panel discussion this month was sponsored by Destination El Paso in conjunction with the El Paso Film Festival, which is celebrating its 5th anniversary.
The El Paso film community I've just seen constantly grow in the last several years. It did shrink a little bit during the pandemic, but it's starting to come back.
Carlos Corral is also a local filmmaker who founded the El Paso Film Festival.
Today is rigging day. Whoop, whoop. Hello.
Corral works regularly on sets in southern New Mexico and West Texas and believes that the future is bright when it comes to the local film scene.
I've seen more films come to El Paso and Las Cruces than I did in the last several years pre-pandemic, which means to me, I think the word has gotten out that this is a great place to film. This is a great place to bring people, and it's also a budget-friendly place.
But in order for El Paso to attract film production, it needs infrastructure.
3, 2, 1.
And that's where Star Central Studios comes into the picture.
For many years, El Paso had what I call a chicken and egg problem. We had no big projects here because there was no resources, there was no equipment, there was no crew, and there was no crew and resource because there was no big projects. So at some point, it's very important to break that cycle.
Gilbert Jorgensen founded his company in 2020. It's what's known as a rental house, where filmmakers can rent the same equipment that's used on professional shoots elsewhere.
This is so important. This place is so important for people, for the students here and for people who are in the film industry.
But it goes beyond rentals. Star Central also provides local filmmakers with a learning laboratory where they can experiment with incredibly expensive cameras and lenses that would otherwise be inaccessible.
I think that if you want to keep people here, you want to keep our talent here, and you want those creative people to tell our stories, then they need to have the resources to do that.